The girl had just climbed out of the water when she noticed something horrifying. Her legs were covered in blood. Before she could make sense of it, she turned around and saw everyone on the beach, screaming and running for the shore. Their legs were soaked in red, too. The lake itself had turned crimson. Something terrifying was lurking beneath the surface. One boy, just a step too slow, was suddenly dragged into the water by an unseen force. Turns out, the lake was swarming with bloodthirsty lampreys, 7 guild monsters that didn't just stay in the water. They began appearing all over town, in swimming pools, homes, and even crawling through pipes. Just days earlier, a maintenance worker was inspecting a drainage pipe when he spotted a lamprey writhing in the water. He reached down to grab it, and the creature latched onto his arm. As he struggled to pry it off, more of them, bigger and more aggressive, launched at him from the water. Panicked, he collapsed, desperately crawling to safety. Meanwhile, a fisherman by a nearby stream was suddenly attacked by an enormous lamprey. It leapt straight out of the water and clamped onto his face. His dog bolted in terror, helplessly watching its owner get dragged into the stream. As more townspeople began disappearing, the local police finally took notice. They arrived at the lake to investigate, and discovered 2 dead lampreys on the shore. For public safety, they recommended shutting off the dam's water valves, but it was peak tourist season, and water activities were the town's main source of income. The mayor didn't believe that the cute little eels could pose any real danger. Dismissing their concerns, he rushed off, just as swarms of lampreys began pouring downstream, through the drainage system. Back at the lake, dozens of tourists were still swimming, completely unaware of the looming threat. It wasn't until a girl got out of the water, and saw blood dripping from her thigh, that the panic erupted. Screams filled the air. As vacationers scrambled for shore, the lake turned red in an instant. Anyone who hesitated became food for the lampreys. Meanwhile, the mayor returned to his office, and headed into the restroom, unaware that a lamprey had slithered up through the toilet pipe. The moment he sat down, it bit him. He tried to flee, but it was too late. He died right there in the bathroom.